forgot his pants, though.
This staff you handpicked, right, Bob?
Hey, no ridicule. Very perceptive. Hold on a moment.
Oh, there's a cow we needed. That was worth it.
He's brighter than he looks.
Tough crowd.
No, just Kelly.
Denver, I want to thank you. You're a credit to the state of Colorado. There was some capital thinking by your parents when they named you Denver. I also love those Broncos of yours, undefeated. Nice job. I had a mile-high joke, but I don't think it's appropriate for this setting. I also want to thank Bob Larson for inviting me to speak to you tonight. After my last Wood Badge presentation, I never thought anybody would allow me to speak again. That's just a testament to his lack of judgment. Sorry. Scouting should be a ridicule-free zone. I absolutely love that man. He's been like a great-grandfather to me. Although, I must say you work your senior patrol lead a little too hard. You comfy in that chair right there? I'll bet you. So as Denver said, my name is Professor Bubba O'Reilly. My dad was a big Who fan.
I just saw it.
Get it?
Yes. It just
You might
wasn't
have to
funny.
explain it to your neighbor. I will admit I have a very unique last name, and for someone from the hills of Tennessee, that's for sure. My forefathers came here from Ireland in the 1800s, and they headed west. Well, when they headed west, they got lost. They never made it past Tennessee. So they ended up settling down, starting to have kids, yada, yada, yada. Here I am. So it's not very often you meet a southerner like me who has a master's in philosophy and a PhD in theories. Now, I did not stutter. That's theories. So, them Sally Struthers School of Higher Learning are very selective and exclusive. So yours truly is very proud to be an alumni. I also pride myself on being one of the most intellectual men to come out of the South. And I am here tonight to open your mind, your cerebral cortex, to new ideas.
Oh dear.
So you're all scouts here, right? I mean, look at y'all. You look like a upcoming Broadway stage production of Follow Me Boys. So to help you open your mind to new ideas, I want your oath tonight to be, on my honor, I will open my mind. I want your law to be, a scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, open to new ideas. I want your motto to be open to new ideas. And I want your slogan to be new ideas daily. Anyway, everybody's mind open? Great. So I'm a big conspiracy theory nut. Just ask my wife, just ask my cousin. Being from Tennessee, that's often the same person. Right. I just love the Men in Black series. Just, have any one of you seen them? Men in Black series? 3 of the best documentaries I've ever seen. Now, I probably just turned a lot of you off when I mentioned conspiracy theory. That's just the way some people are. But imagine this, open your mind. In the movie Monsters Incorporated, if I was some multi-eyed silverfish, and I would stand up and tell all the other monsters that children's laughter was more powerful than children's fear and energy, they'd think I was totally crazy. But at the end of the movie, it was proven to be true. Now, instead of being crazy, suddenly I'm celebrated for my genius. So I'm here tonight to tell you about one of the greatest conspiracy theories and cover-ups of all time. By the way, you may celebrate my genius after you've heard it. Oh. That's no good.
Boy, so you did. I noticed you're looking at my hat. Someone mentioned it's to keep the you-know-who from getting into you-know-where. You're very bright. But I digress. All right then, who knows what this is?
An idea.
No. A light bulb. Very good. That's exactly what the government wants you to think. Nope. For generations, it has been believed that electric bulbs emit light, but my research has proven otherwise. Electric bulbs don't emit light, they suck dark. Therefore, we should appropriately call these devices dark suckers. My dark sucker theory and the existence of dark suckers prove beyond a shadow of a doubt. Get the pun? Guys, you're not too sharp now. Anyway, where was I? My dark sucker theory proves that 1, bulbs suck dark. 2, dark has mass. 3, dark is heavier than light. And 4, dark is a remarkable source of energy. First off, the basis of the dark sucker theory is that electric bulbs suck dark. Who knows what this is? A portable dark sucker. This is a typical dark sucker one might use on a camping trip. Notice there is much less dark right next to it than there is anywhere else. The larger the dark sucker, the greater its capacity to suck dark. Look how much dark this one sucks. Conclusion? A dark sucker's capacity to suck dark is proportional to its size. Now, a candle, hold on, let me turn this dark sucker off. It's getting really hot in my hand. A candle is somewhat of a primitive dark sucker, but a dark sucker nonetheless. Did you ever notice that a new candle's wick is white? Do you know what color it turns after its first use? Black! That's right. The wick turns black from all the dark that's been sucked into it. Did you know what happens if you put a pencil next to the wick of an operating candle? It turns black. That's because it got in the way of all the dark flowing into the candle. So conclusion, the black residue in candles prove that they suck dark. All right, number 2. The fact that dark has mass is easily demonstrated. When dark goes into a dark sucker, friction from the mass generates heat. That's why you do not touch an operating dark sucker when it is in sucking mode. candles present a distinct problem because the mass must travel into a solid wick instead of through clear glass. This generates an obvious increase in the amount of heat, and therefore I would not recommend you touch an operating candle. Conclusion, dark has mass. So, number 3, dark is heavier than light. This can be observed if you were to swim just below the surface of a lake, where you would see a lot of light. I personally prefer a pond. But if you were to slowly swim deeper and deeper, you'd notice it getting darker and darker. Then you get really deep and you'd be in total darkness. That's because the heavier dark sinks to the bottom of the lake and the lighter light floats to the top. That's why they call it light. And also, when the sun sets at night, you can see the heavier dark pushing down on the light until it completely consumes it. So not only is dark heavier than light, dark is also faster than light. If you were to stand by your outhouse on a sunny day and gradually open the door, you would see the light slowly enter the outhouse. But the dark is so fast, you won't even see it leave the outhouse. All right, and now for my favorite part of the conspiracy theory. Dark is a remarkable source of energy. All right, right there. Okay. Any questions? It pretty much says it all, am I right? Or am I right? Now, I'm not sure how the energy from a dark sucker can be harnessed. I mean, Alberto Einstein worked on this whole life and couldn't figure it out. But it must be pretty powerful for an entire population to have the wool pulled over its eyes, and for something that's right in front of our very eyes, and something that we use on a daily basis. And it's been going on for centuries. All them batteries you've been throwing away, those aren't garbage. That's exactly what the government wants you to think. They're in fact dark sucker storage devices. When you put them into your flashlight, they start to fill up with dark. Once they can't hold any more dark, the dark sucker stops sucking dark. Any of you have ever been tricked into turning your dark storage devices into hazardous waste centers? You might want to reconsider now you know what you know. All that mass stored up in these dark suckers could supply unlimited amounts of energy if properly harnessed. Do you know who the greatest hoarders of candles were throughout the centuries? The Romans? Napoleon? Oh. Bill Gates? Oh. You think they knew something we didn't know? I'd bet my reputation on it. So, I hope that I've opened your mind to the reality of dark suckers. I anticipate that you will never look at a flashlight the same way again. And out of respect for my research, I hope you will call them by their proper name, dark suckers. You may now affirm my genius by flooding me with applause. Thank you.